Oh, go on.
Just a quick one. This is Isaiah 66:1. Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool.
Yeah, and the heavens is there's multiple heavens. And so that fourth dimension, you think about the fourth dimension, how to quantify that, mate?
Oh, the second Ezra.
The funny thing is like
13.
is that film Interstellar, they tried to quantify it to where it's they had the Tesseract at the end where he went in there and it was like that three-dimensional space where it's like had all time and space and possibilities, whatever. But then it's like that's when you're trying to put a concept into a way that this feeble brain can comprehend. Because you think about it, like there's actually if you'd actually transcended that, there'll be no reason for that to exist. So then it's like you're dealing with concepts that are just on you're trying to think about it, just pass out. You wake up 6 hours later, like what happened? You're tied up in the house, just writing numbers on the wall, man. Bugged out.
I got a precept. Sirach 18:1. He that liveth forever have created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but He, who governeth the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will.
You know how you like swiping the phone? Man, just governing, yeah. That's the easy job. Just flip that.
Effort.
You know?
It bends to your will.
Yeah. It's in the palm of His hand, man. Yeah.
For He is the King of all, by His power dividing holy things among them from profane.
Yeah, and this is the thing is Esau is imagine Esau's a profane thing.
Yeah.
You're not even the chosen.
Wow.
There was a specimen was decided upon as the one to rule and lead all things. But then you're trying to co-opt that position, but you've been created for the exact opposite of that.
Dishonor. Yeah.
So it's like what you're even trying to like if you're trying to. It says the Lord only is righteous and he everything's subject to him. So that's why it's like, and the thing is Esau wants that total control, but even if Esau had total control, he'd destroy himself, man. That's how much of a maniac this guy is, man. This guy is, his big grand plan for how to get the earth involves destroying his own power structure.
Well, look at this, right? Part of the elite's plan is actually to destroy America.
Yeah,
it's actually part of their plan, you know what I'm saying? Even though the Most High put in their mind to do that, they're okay with that.
They're like, that's a genius plan. That whore that got you everything you want. You're gonna destroy your own whore. That's been big. That's how you got everything, man. That's how you
consolidate your power.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's just like
madness.
You have to think what kind of way of thinking.
It's all
when does that ever work?
That's how they see it though. They see it as a sacrifice. Because Esau's not a stranger to sacrificing, man. He's sacrificing it on a daily, man. You know, 9/11's daily. He's just killing people left, right, and center for his own agenda. So when it comes to America, that's like the greatest offering he can possibly give. You know, to Satan. So he's like, yes, this is the new world, and we're gonna do this. We're here.
But it's funny you mentioned sacrifice, because Esau's form of sacrifice is the complete opposite of like how Yahushua did it. Because Yahushua sacrificed himself.
Well, Cain's never known how to sacrifice, man. He passing off fruits and shit.
From the jump,
you know,
it was an alien concept. Because what Yahushua went up on the cross, he took the sins on himself for the sake of the nation, so everyone could get it. But then Esau's thinking he's a form of sacrifice. Someone else is going to pay the cost. Which is
Well, we know Esau ain't willing to do nothing from, like, you know, he do it himself, you know.
He ain't courageous, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Because for Yahushua, it says Yahushua was sweating blood, but he still went up on that cross. That was, that cost for the reward. That's even that cost is a life for the reward. But then Esau, to go to that extent of sacrifice, he lacks that character. He's not built like that, man. He's built in a way where he's like, someone else will pay the cost.
Well, Esau's inherently selfish, man. You know, he ain't built with that kind of stuff, man. The Most High made him void of all that kind of stuff, man. That's why he's the best example of how not to be on the planet. You know.
If I can say this, basically Esau's dishonorable, because the Lord, when he made himself a sacrifice, it was also said in the scriptures how no greater love have a man than to lay down his life for his friend.
That's right.
So Esau don't have those ingredients to do a thing like that.
Because he was that vessel made for dishonor. He wasn't made for that purpose. He was meant to be the wicked. And you know, there's nothing he can do about that. He has to accept his fate. You know? But this is why the Most High has done this. It's to show people on the earth how to be in terms of, you know, the Israelites, the righteous, the elect, and how not to be. Esau. I mean, he was no good, but Esau's the worst of them, man. He goes well beyond where where any man, normal man, would dare to dream of, man, in terms of wickedness. You know, his heathens are fairly mellow. They're just not right. You know, but Esau's trying to do all kinds of madness. You know, he's trying to make food. He's trying to do all kinds of things like the Most High. What he does, he's trying to play God.
Good one from the brother earlier. This is Isaiah 55:8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
It's a different kind of level, man. What you're trying to perceive. And that's why it's like, for you to come against the Lord, this is why really you should just do what the fuck you're told, man. Because it's the same thing with the reasoning of a man to a child, man. A child, if he says, oh, he wants to put his hand in fire, he'd be like, don't do that. He'd be like, why? Really, he should just listen and really there should be no need to explain why. Because you should realize that you're not even on the level to even be capable of asking why. If you don't even know putting your hand in fire is going to burn you, you're on no level, you're of no account. And that's Esau, man. Esau's trying to break down,
everything the Most High has done.
Trying to use scientific theories to understand the building blocks of the universe. But I'm like, bro, all you've got is theories mounted on theories, and you've been denied it, man. It's been cut off from you. It's not for you.
It's like the Lord said, don't eat of the apple from that tree. The philosophy, he didn't say why.
It wasn't an apple.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't an apple, can't.
Yeah.
That fruit, that was really that philosophy, that wicked way. For one.
The thing is, so the fruit was consumed, the philosophies were consumed, and for us to even get to the point of where we're going to be complete. So to digest that knowledge, just the biggest diversion was needed to get back to where, okay, now you got the knowledge of good and evil, and you can now be perfected and judge with the experience of knowing how fucked up all that wickedness is and why it's such a futile waste of time. Thing is like, if before then it would have been like, that's why it was enticing, because you got all this righteousness got going in everywhere. Then you're like, but that wickedness though, like, but why though? But it could be good. No, but we've been out here now. We see wickedness everywhere, man. Like my man's got the Christmas tree. We now know why putting that Christmas tree up in the house, putting tinfoil up on it. There's nothing to be gained there, man.
It's vanity, man.
There's no wisdom in that. There's no knowledge in that, man.
It's a complete waste of time,
because they've done it in complete ignorance. They don't know.
Yeah.
So how can an ignorant person really think about anything?
Demons on them.
If you're not even searching out what these things mean, you're just doing them out of fucking ignorance.
It's like Halloween. Everyone all getting Halloween, getting spooky, dressing up like they got axe wounds and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, do you realise the energy is just channeling?
Ooh.
People be going around the maypole, that Mayday, man. The Mayday thing is funny because it's fully just like, you'll have kids in school. I was watching, what was it, Mad Men? They had it. I remember I watched it in The World. Was it in The World? Yeah, I think I watched it when I was in The World. It was like season 4. He has like his daughter and everyone running around the maypole, and that just seems like that's just a tradition. No, but then you think it goes back to ancient, there's some phallic worship. You got little girls in dresses running around a giant pole. Does that make sense? You're just doing things in ignorance, but then you're still channeling the same energy. But that's the same thing with Esau. Esau's getting into, it's like making them nukes. He said, what did Thingy Oppenheimer say? I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah.
He was thinking it was to his own gain, to now America's gained the ultimate power. They've just made it where life and death is in their hands. They don't realise it's their own death.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, the design
you got it.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
That instrument, man. Because those Smiths, them scientists, they put the work together, man. They put the
Mr. Einstein and them guys, man.
Those-
Einstein, the destroyer of America.
Yeah, destroy, yeah. And that's it's on their heads, man.
Yep.
That Manhattan Project, they got them computers, they were printing out them little sheets with like all the dots on them, doing all their calculations. Then bang, they split it. They got that incredible destructive capacities.
Hey, but I want to know is if the Nazis were so bad, why did America take them on?
Yeah. Exactly. That's why it's like one of the top guys, they were like, you know, this guy's contributed so much. He was the donniest don of Nazis, but yeah, he good. I'm like, that means, and that's all that so-called justice that America talks about. All these countries talk about, all that so-called justice. Where is it, man? Why is it that you got Jake's in jail? There was one story, like Jake came out of jail, he was in jail for like 13 years, or was it 23? Maybe it was either 23 or 13 years after he'd been caught. They said he murdered someone, but then he had like 5 or 6 alibis of people saying they saw him that day. But because he got a public defender, the guy didn't even present any of that evidence, so he just went to jail. Then until he was able to appeal it, I don't even think it was an appeal. I think someone else just independently stumbled upon it and was like, oh, shit, we gotta get him out. And they gave him like $1 million and that was it. I'm like, hold on, nigga, you've been in jail that long. And it was just like, and this is meant to be a justice system. This is meant to be righteousness being dispensed in the earth. This is why you have, and then you think like, what? This is folly, man.
And it's so true. Like he's probably thinking in himself, man, if I was out, I probably wouldn't have got this money anyway. So it's probably all good for him. You know what I mean? Because Jake's through.
No, the thing is fucked. Because the truth is even if he was to be like, oh, give me like 150 mil, whatever, all of that is of no account. You ain't even gonna get it. They don't give a fuck. Like he's just a nigger in America. It's like, really? Yeah. You think your life's worth that much? All right, nigga. You probably would have been robbing and murdering. Then, hey, that's it's fucked. You got more yours.
I got a scripture. And this is Ecclesiasticus 19 and 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence.
Right, so to get wisdom, you have to understand these scriptures, man. Because it's just like we were saying about earlier, about you're not told why. You're given these instructions, okay, you're there to follow them. Because it's in your best interest to do that. The Most High understands how everything works. He's the one that created it. He's the one that set the angels forth, Yahushua forth to create everything. He knows how the ecosystems work. He knows what upsets the balance. Okay? And doing these wicked things that these people are doing upsets balance. Okay, so you're told not to do them. Okay, but people are curious. They're curious in these affairs, man, and they go into dive into these things.
And stiffen it too.
And then they wonder why disease comes. They wonder why, judgment comes. Why death comes. Because you didn't stick to the playbook, man. You're trying to do your own thing in the world of the Most High. It's the world of the Most High, man. It's his constraints.
It's like instruction manual, man. If you might have an electrical appliance. It says, oh, use a 5 amp fuse. You put a 10 amp fuse in there. The shit blows. Then you're like, what happened? Well, you didn't follow the instructions. Everything went to shit.
You can't put a 1 amp fuse in there because it ain't gonna fucking work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to put in what's required.
It's not powering up. You got to follow the instructions. They exist for a reason.
But Esau's good at that though. Esau's good at telling you what to do, and that you should do this. But following Esau is following the ways of wickedness, because that's what he promotes. I mean, yeah, he might be able to, advise you what fuse to put in a plug socket and shit like that. Yeah, he's, that's reasonably reliable. Right. But when it comes to actually living, being alive on the earth as a person, he don't know shit about it, man. Because all he knows is how to corrupt things. That's what he knows. He's profane. Okay, go on. Yeah.
This is Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee?
Yeah, so that's Esau all day. He don't like being told what to do.
He don't like it. From Cain. What did the Lord say to him? If thou
get it in Genesis.
might as well grab it, man.
If thou offers up a good offering, we not do something like that.
Sin life at the door.
Yeah.
If not, then
Will
sin
you not be
life at the door.
accepted?
Yeah,
You know,
will
all
not
that
be
kind of-
accepted, yeah. But there's like otherwise, what's sin life at the door?
It might be 7 or something like that. Oh, we got yeah. Yeah, Cain was wrath or something like that.
5.
This is Genesis 4 and
You can honestly. We'll do 6.
Genesis 4 and 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
He was pissed off. Even though he was the one that did wrong. He was in the wrong, but he was pissed off with the Most High and everybody.
Yeah,
his
man.
brother. Oh man.
If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted, and if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
So if he'd only followed the instructions that were given to him, the Most High would have been happy with him. But he didn't do what the Most High required of him, and this is why the Most High was that. Well, that was not quite that. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. You can't be pissed off with going against what was told, man. You know, that's retarded. But you know, that's Esau.
Esau is
Esau's spirit. Yep.
It says, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
Yeah, onto sin. That's that desire, and it's evident to this day that sin still has that hold over him because he doesn't want to follow instructions. The thing is, it's like even with homosexuality, you literally have to. The AIDS crisis sprang out of that. Shock horror. Imagine that. Like, so there was a reason why it shouldn't be done. Secondly, it's because no youths are coming out of the union either. You know, maintaining humanity on Earth doesn't come out of it. There's good sound reasons, man. Same thing for like a man chopping his rod off and calling himself a woman. You know, what's gained? Where's the advantage?
Where's the edification in that?
But that's Esau. There's a lot of things.
Suicide.
No edification.
Niggas need death. That's what it is.
I got a quick one. Romans 6 and 23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High is eternal life through Hamashiach Yahushua.
Yeah, it's a real easy choice. Dying sucks. You know, a gruesome, grisly death is awful. The thing is as well, is like you see a lot of these people when they get up in age, they're all infirm and messed up, man. All them sins catching up with them, they're getting all jacked up.
Yeah.
It's
We're all jacked up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
we're trying to be righteous, but we're still fucking jacked up.
Everyone
You know?
out there sinning, left, right, and center.
Satan's out here getting people in what's that word, man? Fortified, man, in wickedness. So they're probably not feeling it as much, or if they are, man, that's the Most High judgment. But Satan's out here blessing people to do wickedness, man. But if you guarantee if you're trying to be righteous, man, you're gonna get fucked up in this place. You're gonna get fucked up. You know?
Yeah, people can feel it in your spirit, man. It's like if you judge, it's like, why are you judging people? Like, nigga, fuck you.
Everything must be right for them.
Yeah,
you know,
just like it's
works
like
out for them.
if you ever question anyone's choice or decision, you say, well, I was like, well, I wouldn't go to abort any of my children. So, so you pro-life? I'm like, nigga, you can do whatever the fuck you want, man.
Are you pro-life?
Yeah, I'm like, nigga,
What's that?
I'm like,
You don't think we're gonna get to have a choice?
I'm like, nigga, Esau's giving you the liberty to go. If you want to go out, you can put a fucking a hanger up your vagina and yank you out if you really want to. Man. It's up to you. But you still, you know, I'm still getting judged, mate.
If I can read this, this is Proverbs 8 and 36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death.
Right, so if you don't play by the rules, man, you must love death, man. Because you've been warned. People have been warned from the beginning. We're warning people now. You must love the ways of death. Because that is what you're going to find, man, at the end of it. Because, even though you're not under the law, guess what? What you're still doing is wickedness. You know, and that still equates to sin, really. So you still gonna get put to death for doing wickedness.
Yeah, that's why it says in Revelations 18, her sins are mounted up to the heavens. There's still sins, there's still transgressions.
The transgressions,
And
even
it
if
still
you're not
gets
under the law or not, it's still what the Most High despises. And you're still gonna get punished for them.
Yep.
You know, just that there's a particular punishment for us because we were under the law, man. You know what I mean? Because wickedness has to be punished one way or another, whether you're under a law or not, it has to be punished. Okay, but for us, we transgress things, it's something personal. It's something personal between us and the Heavenly Father, man. And that's why we've had the particular judgments that we've received. Okay, but the blessings is, you know, is what we're going to receive also if we do right. You know, so
it's like if you had to, you know, if you had to stone like your daughter, you're gonna be like, why'd you do this to me? But, you know, if it's just some random bit from another village, you're just like, man, you know, some lazy stuff.
there's no passion in that.
You just gonna be like, start lazy.
There's no passion in that, man, because who cares? And most side looks at you spittle, man. It's dust. So he's not getting passionate about that. That's a simple judgment. You know, but he's getting angry with us, man, because we're meant to be the ones that you know, we're supposed to be serving him. And we ain't been doing that for a very long fucking time, man.
Like that Star Wars, man. You're supposed to not lay them in ruin.
That's it. You know, Obi-Wan was upset.
Yeah, Obi-Wan was upset. Man was like, yo, you're the chosen one.
You were supposed to be.
Emotional, man. It's emotional.
It's
You know, and
Like, why you fuck up?
and Obi-Wan's a guy character, man. But in that moment he got emotional, man.
No, he did.
Because as a Jedi you're not meant to get emotional, man. But he got emotional at that point, man.
He was keeping it calm and collected. Then it was like, yo,
He was upset.
Killed the kid. It's like, you got the chosen one. Man didn't even want to take him out. It's like, it's over. I have the high ground. I hate you, nigga.
That hate.
That's the Esau spirit, man.
Yeah, he's such
Esau spirit.
He said, if you're not with me, you're my enemy.
Look at him like, shit. No, he lost.
Wow.
Read this. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 10 says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient grey hairs of the age. Let us.
I was gonna say, man, but this scripture's like Esau just saying fuck the whole world, fuck the whole side, fuck everything. I mean, I'm here, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Because really, say it. What the fuck, man? Say it, man. Because really, Esau's abandoned all hope of redemption, really. You know, he saw it carefully with tears, right? And he knows he ain't getting shit. He knows he ain't getting shit. If he gonna get something, he gonna have to put in the work for it. And this is Esau's mind how his mind works now. He's gonna do everything he can do to try and secure his own legacy, his own everlasting kingdom. So he's just giving the bird to everybody, the Most High, the angels, the Israelites, Yahushua, everybody, in the pursuit of his own greediness, man.
So fuck, I want to do me.
Yeah.
This is what. Let our strength be the law of justice, and that which is feeble is for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Yeah, so it's straight. Esau's basically saying like whatever you can get away with, well that's justice, and that's how Esau gets down.
Might is right.
Yeah, might is right.
Might is right.
Because it's just like, well, he's like, oh, well, you know, you go and blow up your country, and then she's like, yeah, we took out the evil. You know, he was a despicable dictator, despotic. Nigga, you set him up, man.
Well, what does it say? He preys on the weak.
Yeah.
He knows you know, the feeble he don't care about. If he can do something to you, you're gonna do it. That's why he's been able to do, because Most High put him in such a position on the earth, that red horse, to take peace from the earth, that these people can't stand up against Esau. That's why Esau's going around conquering all these nations, man, and robbing from them. You know? Because he's been given in the power of his hand to do that.
Yeah. Says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, an objective to our infamy.
And that's why Esau don't like it when we're standing out here telling them all this, man. We're against your ways of life, because it isn't life, man. It's nothing but death in this place. You know, and we're gonna stand here until the day comes we're removed from the earth. You know, removed from, you know, wherever he's teaching or whatever, you know, until we're gonna be here telling you you're pieces of shit, basically. And that your way, you're gonna be destroyed for your ways.
Condemning y'all.
That's it.
Says what? An objective in the trend of our education. He professeth to have Yeah, no. And objective to our infamy, the transgressing of our education. He progressive to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our faults.
So what's Esau's education? Because he's saying the way, we're the ways, we're the most, children of God, ways of the Most High. But what's his education? Anything other than that?
Do as thou wilt.
He gonna take part of everybody's civil, everybody's cultures, whatever gods they worship. He'll amalgamate all that for himself. That's why Greece and Rome, they're full of pantheons. They're just amalgamating shit together. What suits Esau? It's just all about what suits Esau. He's not a devout guy in those religions or those gods, nothing per se, but he'll pray to them, the elites, they'll pray to them, for their own gain. Okay? You might not go see them go to a fucking temple and shit in the landline, but they'll take all that shit on themselves just to get something out of that god. If they think they can get something. Yeah.
I still got a bit more on this. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. And that's another thing. That's why if you move righteous out here, people are looking at you suspect. You mention certain things, you'll be like, nah. You even mention like certain dietary things you do. Or if you say like, I wouldn't deal, imagine saying something as simple as, I wouldn't deal with a woman if she's got a boyfriend. That's like, what?
What's wrong with you?
You just be looking like, really?
Yeah.
It's like, you won't fucking go up the ass. It's like, what? I'm like, nigga, I will eat her ass. Like, Jake's lost the plot, man. Nigga out there, man. I saw that picture of fucking R. Kelly eating some movies. I was like, bro, I was like, what the fuck are you showing me this for, man? I was like, that nigga lost the plot, man.
Quick precept on your point. Said, Isaiah 59 and 15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey.
Yeah. If you, and that's
because you stand up.
People are haters, man. It's that hating spirit, and Esau's had it from the beginning. Abel was doing the right thing, so Cain was just
Cain was
bashed his head in, man. Turned into marshmallow, and that's how Esau gets down. Esau just he's angry, and the thing is this is something all the nations have seen, man. When Jake are on point, they know that we move terrible to behold to the nations, man. The Lord's delivering everything into our hand. Mm-hmm. So they're just like, damn, we can't even have that. That cannot be achieved. And they hate that they can't achieve. They're not getting loved up the same way from the Most High as well, man.
Hey, that's why the scripture says, come let us cut them off from being a nation.
Yeah.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
It's just like, yes, so you're a black.
Israel is a sore thing for Esau, a sore topic for Esau, man. Because he lost out. He lost out big time, man, to Jacob. And so he's like I say, he's trying everything he can possibly do within his power to try and upset all that, man. But he wants to see Jacob, or the Israelites, as far down as he possibly get them.
Until he can exterminate them completely.
Yeah. So he's had us in chains in slavery, but at the same time, Moses had mercy and he was, has enabled us to not be in such a bad state. But that's not how Esau would want it.
Yeah.
You think about that 500 million that he wants left on the earth.
Yeah, ain't not
the 6.5 or 7 billion people that are on the earth.
Majority of them Jakes.
Exactly.
Almost completely. Every Jake on the planet Earth.
So it's in his mind to eradicate us. He just can't do that. Most High won't let him do that. That's the only reason why we are still here. Because the Most High won't allow it, man. For us to be destroyed like that.
This is Judith 5:20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Yeah, that's it. They've schemed, done their research. This is why it's the wise men at the top. This is why we don't like the peons are of no account, man. The people who just have money, they're of no account. They don't really know what we're dealing with, man. They don't even know this Israel that we're contending. Say it again.
The other group. The other group. Oh, you just moved.
Well, to be fair, like, is it really that important?
Most of the time of day.
You know,
Okay.
we're here.
All right.
Yeah.
We're here. You move.